Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we're Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Head Trip. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Now, Head Trip is designed and published by Cards Against Humanity.
All right, so in this game, it's kind of one of those judging style games where you are given a question, you're going to have some answers to that question, and everyone else has to figure out how you answered that question, and it's done cooperatively.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of fun, but it also sounds like something that we've seen before, right? But in this game, there is a twist. You are not answering as Ryan. You are answering as a fictional character, potentially.
Like Batman in the shower.
Or Abraham Lincoln. So basically, you are given some other character besides yourself, and you have to answer the question as if you were them. And then, everyone else has to figure out what you thought that character thought about that question.
Yeah.
All right, let me give you a quick overview of how to play and show you the components. All right, here is our setup for Head Trip. We have a whole bunch of these Head Trip cards. What we're going to do is we're going to deal out 7 of them in a row. Those are essentially the challenges that we're going to have to overcome. On the 5th one over there, you can kind of see we have some extra tokens. We're going to earn those tokens if we're able to make it to that point. That's kind of the whole point. We have to survive all 7 of those rounds before we run out of tokens. All right, so let's get this deck out of here. What we're going to do is we are going to flip over the first card, which tells us who we are, and we're also going to flip over this top card over here, that tells us what the question that we're going to be answering is. All right, so over here we have, all right, you're on Shark Tank. What's your pitch? A, what if your your phone was also a knife? B, what if you could feed an entire country with lasers? C, what if nobody had any pasta and I had all the pasta? Or D, what if we could bring back the dinosaurs and put them in a park called Dinosaur Park? That one sounds familiar. Okay, so that is our question that we're going to be answering. We're not going to be answering it as Ryan. We're going to be answering it as if we were the United States military. Okay, so how would the United States military answer that? So it's our turn. What we're going to do is we are going to secretly choose one of these tokens. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put this over here. I'm not going to tell you what I put down yet. And now we're going to put some guesses down. Maybe some people thought that, military uses a lot of lasers. They're going to bet over there. Or maybe they're going with the idea that the military wants to conquer everything. So they have all the pasta. So they go there. Someone else might say that they're weaponizing phones. So let's put it on A. This is a cooperative game, so we're all trying to kind of survive together. However, you can put whatever you think down as the answer. All right, let's reveal. All right, I chose A. I thought it was A. So whoever put their answer on A, they're going to get their token back. However, whoever answered B and C, those tokens are going to get discarded. If we had a situation where every single person got it wrong, not only would all the tokens on the table get lost, but also the person giving the clues, which is called the tripper would also have to lose a token. But conversely, if everybody got it right, not only does everyone on the table get their tokens back, but also the tripper, the clue giver, gets to draw a new token out of the bag. They can either keep it for themselves or give it to another player who might be light on chips. So your group is going to win the game if you're able to defeat all 7 of those heads before everyone runs out of chips. All right, but the final kind of kicker is that last card there, the 7th one, has to be answered unanimously. You have to correctly guess whatever the tripper put down there unanimously in order to defeat it. We always leave time for a little bit of discussion and laughter after each one. We kind of explain why we thought what we thought. Everyone else kind of defends why they put what they thought. A lot of laughter ensues, but that's kind of the whole point of the game. So that's the whole thing. We're going to play 7 rounds. We get some chips back on the 5th round. If we've lost a lot, it's really helpful. But then also, that 7th round has to be defeated unanimously. If you're able to complete all 7 heads, you and your team are going to be declared winners.
So I thought it was very clever of them to explain everything in the box, the physical box. So I'm assuming a lot of people that we know who play Cards Against Humanity don't necessarily play a lot of hobby games, but they love that. So people who love that might be interested in this game. And when you open up the box, it tells you exactly what to do. Even the bundles of cards have these big words around them that say shuffle. Like, shuffle these cards. These are where you put the cards when you're done with them. Put this, all that stuff there. And I was like, you know your audience. Like, how perfect is that? You have it so clear and so labeled that somebody who might not be an avid gamer or a hobbyist gamer is going to be able to figure out exactly what to do with all their components. And so, good on you, Cards Against Humanity. Good on you.
And also, I think that some hobby companies could even learn from that. I mean, when we bought the Castles of Burgundy Special Edition, which I love that game, absolutely love it, but I had to watch 3 separate reboxing videos to figure out how to put it all together. I had no idea. So it's by labeling that, very smart choice. All right, so I like how this is my mind melding thing, right? You have to figure out what I'm thinking.
As that person.
Yeah. So I think as the mind melding works, I like those kinds of games. The judging kind of games where you have to like select the best kind of answer kind of things. I don't like that. Obviously, regular Cards Against Humanity, not something I'm gravitating towards. But I like that extra layer of cerebralness, the extra thoughts that you have to do to kind of figure out, okay, so first as the clue giver, what do I think about this question? And then what does my character that I've been given think about this question? And then everyone else has to figure out, okay, this might be what Ryan would really say if it was just Ryan. But Ryan's not Ryan right now. Ryan is Abraham Lincoln. Like, what would Abraham Lincoln do if he was, in a car crash situation or something? Like, you know about cars. So I think the extra little twist is pretty novel.
Yeah, it was very novel. I do want to say the game, I give credit to the game because they're not advertising this for a younger audience. It even says on the box 17 plus. But how do I say? I'm a prude. I just am. Like, like there's no way skirting around that. And so there were some things that came up that were things that I did not enjoy. The game did not trick me. It says very clearly on the box that it is for adults.
It's geared towards adults.
It's geared towards adults. It's not trying to pull one over on me. It's just I don't like that.
Right. I mean, this is an X-rated game. You need to know that up front. This is not a kid's game. This is not a family game. This is not a general party game that you can play with grandma. This is an adult-themed party game.
Yeah.
They're not shy about that. So, that being said, if that's what you're looking for, this is not for you.
Yeah.
I'll wait till the very end of the review, and I'll have some thoughts for you that might help you out. But if this game sounds interesting, but you're hesitant to play, I think that
one of the variants is called drugs. Do drugs and then play this game.
Yeah, there's a whole page full of variants, 2 whole pages of variants you can add to the game.
Yeah, one we think are the real variants, and one are just like jokey variants. At least I hope so.
But that's kind of what Cards Against Humanity has branded themselves as. They like that tongue-in-cheek humor. They like the kinds of very crass things that I think they think are hilarious. And I'm guessing a lot of other people do too.
Yeah.
That's not our scene, which is why this is a weird review to do for us.
Yeah.
Because we kind of like this system, but we kind of don't like some of the content. But I know that there's a lot of people who do like that kind of stuff, especially in certain settings. Maybe it's not all the kind of game for you, but all the time kind of game for you. But if you're in one of those late night settings, if there's a couple of adult beverages have been had, I think you're going to have a lot of laughs out of this too.
A game to keep like at a bar or something
exactly,
like that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, overall, I was pleasantly surprised with this. It was sitting on our like review schedule for a while, and we kept pushing it back. So I'm like, I just don't want to. Like, I don't want to play this. And then we played it, and I was like, this is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. Because I hate those subjective, like, guessing or who's best or party game type of things. But the fact that you're thinking, what does Ryan think 20-year-old older Ryan is going to think about this?
Right.
Like, it made you actually, I don't know, it was still a party game, 100% still a party game, but you actually had to think just a little bit about it. And so I was I was surprised. I was really pleasantly surprised about this one.
Yeah, I'm similar to Bethany in that I'm a little bit of a prude. I was not excited about the adult nature of this game, and I kind of assumed, I judged a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I assumed the gameplay would be trash because the content was more something I wasn't interested in, and that's not the case. You know, the gameplay itself was pretty novel, pretty interesting for a party game. So, if you're in the same boat that we are, how can you make that work? Well, you can just kind of make your own version of it, right? But if what we could do also is there's only about 10% of the cards in the game that we thought were more than what we wanted
much, yeah.
to play with. More, a little bit too adult, too mature of a theme to be able to play with our some of our friends, our kids, our grandparents, things like that, right? So I recommend just kind of going through ahead of time and calling out the questions or the answers, the people that you think are going to create something that's problematic for you in your play group. Pluck those out, and then you can still play the game, because the game itself is not an adult game. It just has adult cards.
Yes.
So I think that's a little bit of a miss. I wish they would have
marked the cards or something.
Yeah, put an asterisk on the ones that they thought were, the mature cards. Then they could have kind of opened up their marketing to sell this to anybody instead of just 17 plus.
Yeah. Or you could have even put those in a separate package and then put, like, these are the 17 plus cards. Right. And then you could have mixed them in. And then everybody could have won it.
But I think that's not Cards Against Humanity's market. They like being pushing the envelope for those kinds of things a little bit. So
yeah, push the envelope in the envelope that you put in the game. This is the push the envelope. So
if you're interested in this kind of more cerebral party game, it leads to some funny discussions. I would encourage you pick up the game, cull through it, get the cards out of there that you aren't interested in, and then play it with your friends and families.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.